Bonjour tout le monde. Aujourd'hui, on va apprendre les jours de la semaine, the days of the week. So today we're studying days of the week in French. Okay, let's get started. Firstly, we'll start with Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, so you can repeat after me if you want. Lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche. Okay? One more time. Lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche. Okay? As you can see, the yellow part, right, is different in each word. It comes from the names of planets. So similar to English as well, Monday, moon day, right? Or Saturday, Saturn day, Sunday, Sunday. And if you don't know yet, Tuesday comes from Mars, Wednesday comes from Mercury, Thursday comes from Jupiter, and Friday comes from Venus. I know we don't see this part being related to the planet name. I'm not very sure about how it's derived in English. I think the days of the week were slightly different earlier if you compare like Old English and stuff. But point being, in French as well, the names are derived from planets. Okay, for example, la lune is the moon, so lundi. Mars, mardi, right? Mercury, mercredi, jeudi, Jupiter day, Venus day, Saturn day. Again, even over here, the names have slightly changed, or they're slightly different from the name of the planet, but that's a way you can remember the day, planet related to each day. Even if you continue to learn other languages like Indian languages, they all, at least most of the languages, if not some of them, but most of the Indian languages follow the same um, order in terms of the days of the week. So it will be like Moon Day, Mars Day, Mercury Day, Jupiter Day, Venus Day, Saturn Day, Sunday, right? Also, I know some Southeast Asian languages also relate days of the week with the names of planets, and the order is the same. Even if we look at Japanese, they do the same thing. Monday is like Moon Day, Tuesday, Mars Day, same order. So knowing this order is also gonna help you to learn other languages. Some languages though, like Chinese, Persian, Swahili, Arabic, these languages will use numbers instead of planet names. Yeah, so mostly I've seen that days of the week are either like a number plus day or a planet name plus day. Anyways, so let's get back to French days of the week. Lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche. Okay? Now, if you want to say weekend, there's two options. Le weekend or la fin de la semaine. Now, in Canada, I've heard this being used more often. It may also depend, I guess, but if you even say weekend, you can understand. Mostly in French media, I've heard le weekend. In Canada, I've heard la fin de la semaine. Even in my French class, they would say la fin de la semaine. Now let's look at this timeline. Firstly, today is aujourd'hui. Aujourd'hui, okay, aujourd'hui, today. Aujourd'hui comes from au, jour, d'hui. Okay, and hui comes from another ancient French word, which actually old French word, which meant today. And then if you really separate the words and translate it, it means on the day of today or on this day. Okay. But today, just to say today, we say aujourd'hui. Aujourd'hui. Okay. If you want to say yesterday, hier. Hier. Okay. And if you want to say tomorrow, demain. Demain. Okay. I don't know if my video might block out the word, so I'll just spell it. It's Demain. Okay. If you want to say the next day, okay, you can say le lendemain. Le lendemain, which means the next day, or le jour suivant. Le jour suivant, the next day. If you want to say the previous day, la veille. La veille. Okay, la veille, or le jour précédent, le jour précédent. If you want to say last week, la semaine dernière, la semaine dernière. Last month, le mois dernier, le mois dernier. And last year is l'année dernière. Now, if you notice, I'm saying dernière, whereas when I say dernier, there's a difference in this pronunciation. This is dernière, dernier, dernière. Okay, la semaine dernière, le mois dernier. And by now, if you understand the grammatical gender concept in French, this is a feminine adjective and this is a masculine adjective because the adjective agrees to the gender of the noun. Okay, since semaine is feminine, it's la semaine, and the adjective also has to be feminine, so la semaine dernière. And le mois, c'est un nom masculin. Donc, l'adjectif doit être masculin aussi. Okay? Since le mois is masculine, the adjective also needs to be masculine. So, le mois dernier. Okay? La semaine dernière, le mois dernier, l'année dernière. Okay? Similarly, if you want to say next week, next month, next year, then it's la semaine prochaine, le mois prochain, l'année prochaine. Okay? So, la semaine and l'année is feminine and le mois is masculine. So here, la semaine prochaine, whereas le mois prochain. Okay? So, prochain or prochaine means next. So, la semaine prochaine, le mois prochain, l'année prochaine. Okay? Next week, next month, next year. Now, let's look at some measurements of time. Firstly, une seconde, une minute, une heure. Okay? So 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour. Un jour, or une journée. I will explain the difference after a minute. Un soir, une soirée, une semaine, un mois, une année, or un an. Un an. Okay? This is un and this is an. Okay? Un an. Now, when you're saying un jour, un soir, un an, all three of them are masculine, right? So we're referring to a point in time. Okay? Un jour, un soir, un an. But when we're saying une journée, une soirée, une année, we are referring to a period of time. Okay? So how was your day? We're saying votre journée. Okay? How was your day? How did it go, right? Whereas if I'm saying on that day, right, then we're talking about un jour. Okay? So let me just recap this. Une seconde, une minute, une heure, un jour, une journée, un soir, une soirée, une semaine, un mois, un an, une année. Okay? And that's all for today's lesson. I hope you learned and enjoyed this video. I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. À tout à l'heure.